Is this the man known as the Phantom?
Ah, hello. Yes, it is.
Hey, how you doing, Andrews? How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good.
Good.
So,
Good.
I guess you got to be really, really excited right now since the album is officially released tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. So it's still a couple of hours. So it's a big party tonight. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun night.
I'm sure. So,
yeah.
I mean, this is got to be something different for you guys as well, being the fact that it's a concept album.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you got too much time. you know, when you're a rock band, the two predecessors, they were just done in an instant. That's what we came up with that little time, and finally we have time together for the first time in Casablanca history. So we tossed this together in all that time. So it was a blast. So
that's awesome.
If you give a rock band too much time, we could come up with a concept album. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's good though. It gives you guys more room to really be creative.
Yeah. We actually caught on to that creative flow kind of immediately, and it went on for a couple of months. It was like being on drugs for a couple of months, every day and every night. That was just great. So, but that's exactly what we need in Casablanca, because writing songs and recording songs, that's never been a problem. It's always time to arrange stuff, to kind of really try to do something new about it. We don't have that time. We never had it before. So if you give us more time, it will probably be extended even more, I guess.
It's funny that you say time, because I was listening to the album earlier, and it is called Miskatonic. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, Miskatonic Graffiti.
There you go. And the opening song is over 10 minutes long.
Yeah. So, the old two records, they were like 30 minutes each. So kind of if you got to do a concept album, I got to have some kind of an introduction to the whole shebang. So we had like 50 songs, and they were all sounded various from each other. So we said, hey, what are we gonna do with this? It ain't gonna be a rock and roll album, and it ain't gonna be it would be perfect to tell a story, because every song kind of fulfill its purpose. So the thing is, when we said we got to have a beginning, and we got to have an end. So we kind of tossed some part together, and I think it worked really smooth. And I'm just saying, we're just beginning. We're beginners of concepts. We're just getting started.
Sure.
So a couple of years from now, we'll probably get a lot better doing this, I guess. I hope.
Is this something you guys been wanting to do for a long time, or?
Yeah, I wanted to do this since the 80s, because I read a lot of I was down with sci-fi and I read all the H.P. Lovecraft there was to find in Sweden. I think I actually read everything he wrote in a couple of months. The hardest part was not reading it. The hardest part was try to get it back then, because there was the 80s and no internet or anything. So I started to write music around his world, and but I never released it or finished it or anything. So I just pulled it out and rewrote it totally. So So I wanted to do it for a long time.
Huh. So I guess too, like when you're doing something like this, you got to approach this album completely different than you would like your first two albums that you guys did.
Yeah, because I would say the similarity between the first album and this album, and even the one in the middle, it's all built on our dreams and what we wanted to do at the time. On the first album, we really wanted to sound like those huge transatlantic, Canadian American bands in the end of the 70s, Stars, Blue Oyster Cult, and April Wine, and all those bands, Moxie, Montrose, and we really wanted to sound like them. I think we nailed it pretty close on the first one. And the second one, we had done some shows and a couple of tours, and we just found that hell, we have a sound of our own, so we just recorded that in a couple of days. So we still, it was also built on our dreams to just try to express how we really sounded like, because that was really, I would say it's not a live take, but it's pretty close. It's not the money overdubs at all. And well, there's similarities, but it's more in our heads than in what comes out of the speakers, I guess.
Right. Now, is it kind of like double the work too? Because don't you have to like write the story kind of first and then go in lyrically and put it together?
Yeah, well, I kind of had the whole story. This is just the first album out of 3. It's a concept that is a trilogy.
Oh, wow.
So it'll come 2 more albums when we have the time again. Maybe we just do an ordinary Casablanca album in between. But if we find another half a year where we can really sit down and really go through it, we'll have the follow-up. So I have the whole, it's like George Lucas with the with the Star Wars. It's not 9 records, but it's 3. So the next one will definitely going to be The Empire Strikes Back, and it's dark and it's fast and it's gloomy in every way. But to have a story in my backbone, in my head, sort of. I was quite sure about the story was all about, and so on this first album, I just wanted to get the characters out, their everyday lives and their dreams and their memories and everything. So if someone dies, everyone is going to cry a bit more. No, but it's kind of more to. I didn't want to go from A to B to C like a video game. I just wanted to toss it around the story and so I think it'll come clear to you all in a couple of years, I guess. And I'll probably have to put up a Twitter account or something to answer all the questions if there are any answers. So we'll see. We have a phantom Twitter.
Yeah, like you don't have no social media stuff. You have no Twitter, no Facebook. No, we don't have that at all. Not me personal. The band has a Facebook page. But I will tell you, if I had those stuff, I would never write a concept album because it takes too much time. I don't have time for social media. I was just going to say you wouldn't have time to do that.
Yeah. No, exactly, because I do a lot of things besides music as well. And if there was a social media thing with all those Instagrams and Twitter and Facebook and whatever they call it, it would probably swallow me.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Now doing all
Ryan. Okay. Come again.
No, I was going to say. Doing all this, you had mentioned George Lucas. In the back of your mind, at any time, do you think to yourself about like actually doing actual books or expanding into movies of this whole idea you have, this whole story? Yeah, well, if there's a writer who wants to write, or is a movie maker, or a guy who makes video games and who kind of finds the story interesting, of course I'll be able to look into it, of course. But right now it's just a blast putting music to it. Sure. It's just so fun and play and sing and everything. So because we're real close, four-piece now. They're really working hard. So it's really, really, really fun right now. But we'll see what happens. Maybe it will be we can always do a really cheap movie about it, and we'll have a laugh about that. Yeah. So. Well, you mentioned about the band, which Ryan Roxy of Alice Cooper, he's been a member of the band, and it's got to be frustrating for you and for the band because he's always touring with Alice that he can't really commit to you guys. Yeah, exactly. And he's too much on internet. He got all those social media. We used to share a hotel room when we were out playing, and he's connected. It's from the floor to the ceiling. There's stuff all over the place,
and he's really going, all over the world. He's just a really funny guy. But I would say both him and the other guitar player Eric, who's not playing on this album, they're both within the Casablanca family. I would see Casablanca more as a musical collective. They'll probably come back, or maybe they won't. We'll see. But no one has left the band or anyone. No one has been kicked out or anything. It's just what it is. The four of us who was left not going on the Alice Motley Crue tour. We had to do something, So we did this.
Yeah.
So that's what we did, and of course it's frustrating. But instead of being frustrated, let's get to work, and that's what we did.
Exactly.
So we kind of had the idea to rename ourselves the Miskatonic Graffiti Orchestra or something just for this album. But then again, Casablanca is, like I said, it's more like an installation, a piece of art, or a musical collective. People come and go. I think we have more guitar players now than Thin Lizzy, and that says a lot because they had everyone.
That's funny.
I just tell them that like 5-10 years from now, we're going to have a bigger tour bus if everybody's going to be on board.
There you go.
For sure. And bigger stages and as well. So.
Now, how about that? Well, like with the live show, I mean, are you going to do like a whole presentation of this now as a live show as well?
Yeah, the plan is to do the whole album, so 1 hour of music. So we'll probably do the whole. And if we play a club, it's going to be Sex Pistols, whatever we do. But we'll try to stick to the album, and it's kind of quiet from time to time. So we just try to get that. But if we can be on bigger stages or bigger venues, we'll probably get a lot better. And we get a budget to have some kind of stage show more than the characters. That would be great as well. And then we had 2 great old albums that no one really heard because we haven't toured on them because Ryan's been away and everyone's been away.
Right.
It's not just Ryan. So we have to play those 2. So we'll probably go out and have 2 sets, do the first album, and then take a break, and then come out and do the best of the first 2 ones. And if you guys want, we can go on for 2 hours.
And also too, like the pictures I've seen of you guys. I mean, it seems like you're all in character. And now your character, I guess it's the Golden God, the Phantom. Is that what it was called?
Well, the Phantom is just what I'm called from the kids at the university, because like a Phantom of the Opera figure, Phantom of the Universe, Phantom of the University figure. So that's the Phantom is a couple of hundred years old in Earth time, but he's been locked down in another dimension for eons. So he's still a lot older than that. So all the characters we couldn't afford with people playing us, so we had to play it ourselves. So
right.
So it's Matt and Josie, and playing Matt and Josie, and it's the Sergeant of Doom. He's the right hand of the Phantom, and he's the master of metallurgy and soldier at arms, sergeant at arms. Sorry.
Now, I mean, right away you stood out with. It looks like you actually have gold paint on your face.
Yeah, it's gold paint and it's gold chains and everything. It'll probably look good when I'm 90. Like Kiss.
Yeah, that's what it reminded me of. Like, I right away I thought, like, in the early days of Kiss, I remember, like, Ace Frehley actually using paint. And that's what I thought to myself, like, wow, did he put actual paint on his face?
Yeah. Yeah. So the thing is that the characters is it's everyone has to work on their characters, and it's the Phantom. He's pretty human, but the other 3 guys are definitely human with all their rock and roll dreams, and or the escapism and just want to get out of the mountains, and even though the world is falling apart and it's right before the end of civilization, you still want to rock it out and have a So and that's kind of we're older now. We're not youth.
Right. Now, also too, like I couldn't help but thinking to myself, like I wonder if David Bowie and the whole Ziggy Stardust was an influence.
All right. Even though we're older, we still, live our life like rock and roll children still. So I think it's the characters in a way is our own personalities. I'm not saying I'm a golden god or anything, but I grew up listening to Ziggy Stardust and all that, all those Kiss and Alice Coopers and everyone, and they were all larger than life. So I kind of adapted to that. So.
And that's what I was thinking. Actually, right off the bat when I saw you, was instantly like I wonder if Bowie and the whole Ziggy Stardust era was a huge influence on you.
Yeah, definitely. That concept. That was because I love the first two. Was it 2 or 3 David Bowie albums before he became Ziggy Stardust, when he was a folk singer in a dress. Those albums were just great. And then he kind of reinvented himself as Ziggy Stardust, like Casablanca with the Miskatonic Graffiti Orchestra. So it's all kind of we kind of borrow that, but more musically, I think it's more. Of course, is Alice Cooper, Welcome to My Nightmare, and Goes to Hell, and the early Queen albums, and the Who. Not forgetting them and their concept. The concept albums are really, really great. So I would say I can't. Maybe there, you can always say Operation Mindcrime, by Queensryche. It was a great album, right? But I just forgot about that album. There was some other journalist who mentioned it for me, and I said, yeah, of course, I listened to that through the whole '90s. So of course I got influenced by that one as well. Right.
Now, how about like the rest of the year? What's the plans for the rest of the year? Are you guys hitting the road this year or next year? Or
we'll see if we kind of do something up here in Scandinavia in December, because Josephine lives in LA now, and she's coming back though. We're gonna rehearse, and so we can't do really anything before like the middle of December. Maybe we have a week or two, and then on the 1st of January we said the whole 2016 is for touring.
Okay,
I'm not saying we're going to tour for the whole year, but it would be great to play for like 6 months at least.
Sure.
So
absolutely.
we haven't really been anywhere. So it's we're just waiting for the phone to call. So probably
cool.
get the album. Yeah. So
no, go ahead. I was just going to say tomorrow. Like we said early on, is the big day. The album's out tomorrow, Miskatonic Graffiti. Yeah. And where can everybody get the album?
Good question. From a guy who's not social media. Well, of course you can order it from our record company, or you can go into our Facebook page. There, I seen it. I've seen it. I visited a couple of times, and I just saw there was an offer there. And of course, I really hope it's going to be. I guess it's going to be import records at great record stores, but in the States, and probably out through Europe as well. I know they're releasing it in the UK, for example, and I think Germany and some other countries will actually release it tomorrow, but I don't know really. I haven't really looked into that yet. Sorry to say. I got too much else going on.
Well, yeah, as a matter of fact, I saw the lineup of interviews you've been doing the last few days. I was like, wow. You're just doing interview back all day long.
Oh, yeah. So kind of it's fun though. It's really fun because people are really kind of like this one. They think a lot of people say that we were okay on the first two ones, but it's really happening now. So that's fun. And we're not stopping here. We have there's a hunger and a burning ambition of this band to just go on and try to be as best as we can within our frames, and maybe even beyond that. So.
Gotcha. All right. Well, everybody needs to go tomorrow, September 25th. Go online. Yeah. Look for them, Casablanca.
Yeah.
The album is called Miskatonic Graffiti. Check it out. It is an awesome album.
Yeah, and it's a perfect soundtrack for the weekend, I'll tell you.
There you go. And everybody can become a phantom and the golden god like yourself.
Yeah, that would be nice. Or invent new characters. The whole fucking mountains is full of characters. Try get some more characters into the story. It's still open. It's still open. Still a door open to get new characters in. So.
The door is always open for new characters.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right, Anders. Well, I want to thank you so much, and good luck with everything. And we're going to keep plugging away for you and playing the album for you. What song do you want to play?
I'm kind of in love with This Is Tomorrow, and that's not because there's a release date tomorrow. It's just a great song.
You got it. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah,
all right,
cool.
I'll play that one for everybody.
All right. Okay. Thank you, and see you. Talk to you again.
Absolutely. Take care.
Cool. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.